Welcome to this series where I take Classic The Rock from 2021 and try to throw it against the field of decks that you will probably see at your local scene as well. So stay tuned and watch some The Rock. Okay, we are back with more The Rock action here. And if you like these videos that I make here on this channel, please consider subscribing. We have a bunch of people who actually want to see this stuff, and I really appreciate it. And the likes and the comments are so nice. They are really motivating here, and that makes me want to do more videos. We do see mulligans from both players here. Me on the left with The Rock, and Tom, who is also a regular pre-modern player in, well, at least the area that I play in. And he is on some Enchantress stuff, it looks like. Yeah, he's not enchanting the fetch land here, of course. He's finding a forest, or else he cannot play that wild growth, and that is it. And I have a swamp here. A swamp with a bunch of signatures from Euros 2024 from all my opponents, of which one of those actually got a 4th or 3rd place. Therapy is nice when you play against Enchantress and you name Enchantress's presence, because it's 3 mana, so 1 mana less for your Deed to kill that, and I got it. Deed is fantastic, and I have had such a great experience with it in this small event. You can look back at the other videos. I did really hit a lot of stuff this day. Okay, so he just plays out a land, and back to me here. He looks like he is holding up swords, maybe, since he didn't play that exploration. Question mark? No. Maybe he wants to play the exploration when he actually have like an engine online. Here is a Gothian Enchantress, and that's what I talked about, being the card that actually cost 1 less. So I can deed it earlier. And deed is what wins me this game. And I know that. Okay, no land from me. That is greedy. A seal, which might not look that important here, but makes me not able to drop down a deed yet, because if he seals it, then it does nothing. So I need to wait for my deed to do anything. But I have a therapy, and what could I name here? Maybe wave? No. Okay, see, this is where Torben is doing Torben stuff. He never plays some lists that he just finds on the internet. He finds some inspiration and he just does stuff. Zombie Infestation, Goblin Bombardment. Nice cards. Not the best against my my plan of just deeding all the way to victory. A Gothian Enchantress number 2. Deed, signaling that I like that Naturalize earlier, but Deed is dangerous for Torben here, and he cannot really do anything. I will reset all of his stuff, and hopefully that will be enough. That's 3 Enchantress engines gone. 2 Gothian Enchantress and 1 presence in his graveyard. A Treetop. There is some action. And what does he do? An Oratok. This is like it's like Psych Attack, but kind of worse. But with Rancor, it's nice. It can eat Rancor. You put Rancor back into a graveyard, but it doesn't go there. It goes to your hand, and then you can play it again, eat it again. You can really pump up this guy for lots of power and toughness. Toughness is relevant against this Blastoderm here, which he cannot sort. So there is that. We saw Blastoderm last match against Christian on his Quiet Spec deck. Such a powerful card. Okay, he eats, he plays it again, and he swings. And I take 7. Yikes. Okay, can I raise this? No, I can't. I can't. He will kill me in 2 turns. Swing. And with the Rancor, it does have Trample. Now, what are you going to do here, Tom? Okay, you take 5. 3 mana. Deed. Nice. Nice. That is looking good. That is looking good. Okay, I shouldn't be looking at my phone here. I'm in the middle of a game. I know this is rude, but I did have someone who wanted to get in touch with me, so I promised that I would look sometimes. But he, yeah, what are you doing here, Torben? What can you do? You cannot sort it, no. Another land? Well, I can't touch those. I cannot do a lot about your basics, but you're not winning with basics, and you only have 1 white source, and you don't have black or red mana yet. Are you playing into this deed here? Yes. Pop for 2 in response, so 1 Rancor is gone. Nice, okay. One mana Birds of Paradise. So birds can attack for 2 in the air with a Rancor on it. And he said, can I please, before you go, just Rancor it? Yeah, of course you can. So he's at 14 now. And I'm at 13. So he's winning in life totals, but not on the board here with my Treetop as well. And therapies in the graveyard. I can just get rid of that Swords of Plowshares if I get a creature in play. I can just duress it, of course, because he has no target for it as of right now. Goblin Bombardment, Zombie Infestation, and Swords. Swords is gone. Activate Treetop, swing for 8. Yeah, so Tormod 6. He needs to draw something that can get rid of that Treetop. And he drops a Zombie Infestation. Discard 2, drop down a 2/2 Zombie. It's great when you have a lot of cards in hand, but not as right now. Activate, swing. He can jump. Yeah, okay, so he discards 2 to jump the 5 damage from the Blastoderm. Yep, and take 3 damage. Man, I haven't played a lot of spells, but the ones I've played are, well, they have been impactful, I would say. Okay, he draws. Bird, so he gets 1 more turn. Yeah, Blastoderm goes to the bin. Treetop probably just swings here. Rank only grants 2 power, so not enough to trade, but he can jump. Okay, I force him to sack a creature, swing. He jumps with the Rancor one and is left with 1 life and a zombie infestation in play, and that's it. So he can draw swords, maybe? Yeah, he doesn't. And yeah, that is game 1 here for the Rock against this weird Enchantress list. If you are playing MTGO or Magic the Gathering online and are using a rental service, or if you want to do that, I have a link in the description for a referral and a coupon code which makes you get 30% off on your next subscription. So consider that, and onto the video. Now for the second game, we see Tom Mulligan here. His deck doesn't look like a deck with a lot of colored mana sources, although there's a City of Brass and looks like a second one in hand as well. So the cards that he chose to include forces him to be in a deck with more colors than the deck usually runs. Enchantress is green and white for a reason. Seed of Brass ×2 is super aggressive here. Can really help me out if the game goes long. If I can stabilize, maybe getting a discard effect. No, okay, not a bad effect either. So if I fear Replenish, I think an early Furnace can be nice. It's not like that they cannot get stuff into the yard and get value still, but you can always use the, or if you have the mana for it, use the removal, targeted removal effects from Furnace to get rid of maybe a wave. And a swamp. And 2 mana what? 2 mana edict maybe? No, a wall. 2 mana wall of roots. And sends back the turn. So I have the ability to drop a 4 mana creature, maybe a Blastoderm would be nice, especially against his swords, and the Mom as well. But I also have the Baloth to be on blocking duty against these creatures here. Zombie infestation. So 2 exploration, a Mom, and zombie infestation. I'm not sure that you can find anything similar on CC decks when you see Tormod's decks. Not well. I'm not trying to be rude here, but his decks are often better than his brothers. Those are some weird decks, but very inspirational. Okay, a sword on the wall, killing off my mana accelerants. And then does he attack, or does he just keep back Mom for protection? It can only protect itself against Smother from the deck. And he's at 13. 2 times City of Brass is not where you want to be in a deck that goes long, and this matchup looks like it could go for a long time. So, well, a lot of thinking here. Treetop is the land drop of choice, and the turn is sent back to Torm here. And he does have options. He does have a ton of colored mana in all the colors that you have in Magic is right there. But what do you do? Okay, you do nothing, and I remove a sword to Plowshares, and there's a Blastoderm. Yeah, he can just jump block with Mom and give it protection from green. Not the best place to be in. but maybe better than doing nothing. I can swing with Treetop as well, so that grants 3 damage. No, it doesn't, because he can just sack stuff. He can sack all of those explorations to just trade with that Oratok, or block and kill with that Oratok. And he can give it protection from green when my life total gets low enough, and just swing for the kill. Maybe that's why he included Mom, also to protect it. What do you call this kind of deck? It's like Aggro Enchantress with other great enchantments in the deck. 3 mana. Plague Spitter. Nice. Yeah, that's a sideboard card. And it's a nice one. So I can get rid of Mom, or at least force Mom to be tapped all the time. And I can also just see Torben's life dwindle away. He's at 12. His mana hurts him. My Plague Spitter hurts him. Maybe he can take it, maybe he can't, but that is pressure. That is pressure. And I'm still at 19, so I can take a lot of hits. But what does he do here? Getting ready to tap some mana. We saw a lot of basics in the first game, so maybe he's just unlucky here. Place an enchantment. I cannot see what that is. Is that a seal? What is it? Maybe someone can drop a comment down below on what that card is here. And please drop a timestamp. It's like 17 minutes in. What's that card? Yeah, it's probably just Seal of Cleansing. Hoping for a deed here. Okay, Plague Spitter. Everything takes 1 damage. We also take 1 damage each. Going to 10 for Torm and 18 for me. Great, you just keep being the controlling player here. Plague Spitter is nice against the Argothian Enchantress. I included them because in the matchups where they're good, especially, we also see a lot of enchantment hate in the sideboard, because people that play elves do know that Plague is a hell of a card against them, so they need to include those Naturalize effects, and they cannot really get rid of this Plague Spitter that easily. Maybe only Mastercore, but that's why it's included. Swing for 5. Forcing Torben to consider chump blocking. Maybe he... Yeah, okay, now it's pretty clear to me that it's a seal. He can kill that thing here while there's nothing in the graveyard. So no draws. But does he sack and block, or does he maybe discard 2 cards for Zombie Infestation? What would you do in this situation? Okay, he eats. Oh, is that a? Oh, it's a presence. I didn't see that. I thought they were 2 explorations. Maybe glare is not the best thing for video recordings of cards with sleeves, but I'm not going to tell people to remove the sleeves like in the old Pro Tours. Okay, so he eats the Blastoderm, and in comes another Blastoderm. Nice. Yeah, so one thing that's good is playing a Blastoderm, and one thing that's even better is playing more Blastoderms. He finds yet another painful source of mana, and he does have 3 cards in hand. But what can he do? 4 mana. Replenish. Yeah. I don't know what I'm asking here. Maybe I'm asking how the presence works. It's when you play an enchantment, not when an enchantment enters the battlefield. So he does not get a ton of draws from this. That's maybe why it's worded the way it is. He gets back all these nice enchantments, which are great fodder for his Oromancer. But I do have blockers, so there's that. He can pump it with +8/+8, and it's a 1/2, so a 9/10. 9 damage is only half my life total, and then all his stuff is gone. And then I can get him on the swing back because he will tap his mom for pro black. So I should just chill. I should just chill here. And it looks like I am, because we are really taking a lot of time here thinking about what are the plays that we're supposed to do. And this is even sped up a bit. So yeah, Spitter for 1. Spitter for 1. Mom protects herself. I go to 17, he goes to 7. If I swing with Blastoderm, I force 2 of his enchantments to be sacrificed. Yeah, I try to force him to sacrifice his enchantments because his lands are killing him. He sacks 3. I think that's 1 too many. They grant +2/+2, so that's +6/+6, and it's a 1/2. Oh, wait, it had 1 damage on it from Plague Spitter, so he needed that, or else it would just die. Naturalize the presence. Nice. And now a Tormod script. I could have used that earlier, but another replenish would not mean a lot here, because Crypt will stop its effect. This is not the best replenish deck. The best replenish deck is, of course, replenish. Well, the deck called replenish, even though it's dead, it's not dead. It's still alive and doing quite well, and I'm glad I'm not facing that with this rock list. That would have been difficult. But Crypt, okay, tapping some painless mana and an Argothian here. So another way for him to draw cards, and then a card, a mystery card, a blurry card for 1. And he draws, maybe it's an exploration. Exploration, a Mirror Sky, that is my guess. We'll probably see later. Hopefully. If we don't, that means I will lose this game and we'll go on to the 3rd one. But what will it be? Okay, he takes another one. He's at 5, and he sorts the Plague Spitter, and it dies. Yeah, it should be removed, and I should gain 2 life. Yep, that is corrected. Okay, so he's in it again. Only at 5 life, though. But I only have 2 cards in hand. Draw, and considering my options, I don't like that he has the draw engine online. It's not like he draws like an enchantment every turn, but if he gets another one or maybe 2 more, I'm toast. Hermit, Deranged Hermit, now with some divider tokens. I need some tokens again. I said it in the video before this one, where Jesper was so nice and handed me some tokens that I could borrow for that match because he was done with his. Maybe he lost in a hurry, maybe he won. But oh, that's the Concordant Crossroads, I believe that is. Grants haste for my creatures and his, so I just swing. I just swing for 8 here. Yeah, that's brutal. He should maybe have sacrificed that in response to me playing the Hermit. He goes to 1 with those blocks and kill one of my squirrels. So he's at 1. Can he stabilize here? He needs to drop more creatures, that is. He has 3 creatures. I have 4 plus my Treetop. Do I just swing? Or no, I do not swing. Or do I? Yeah, okay, I swing for... Yeah, okay, so that was his only out here. He had a sword for my Hermit, and the 1/1s went kissing his his better guys here, but I got the Argothian. Oh, a Stronghold. That's a heck of a card here. I can get Stronghold go. If I can get that going, he's toast, man. I tap 2, 3 cards for Plague Spitter. Oh my god. Yeah, it takes down one of my own creatures, but when it's my turn again, I just win. 2 mana to swing for 4. I shouldn't even have attacked here. I should just force him to do something about my Plague Spitter because he is dead on board here when it's my upkeep with the Plague Spitter. Okay. Double blocks my Treetop, jump blocks my Squirrel. He only has 2 power in that double block, so Treetop survives. He draws. He can't draw out of it. He plays a blurry card, shakes my hand, and that is game.